Yo. What's good, everybody? Oh, let me change the screen up. There we go. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream today. This is going to be a little bit of a different one. I'm doing a quick video on Deepr.fun. They've been around me and the crew for a little bit, but they got some cool stuff going on. So do me a favor, guys, repost this video, tag someone in the comments, tag somebody that needs to get involved in the base chain, because that's where Deepr's at. And they're changing the meme coin launchpad game, so it's going to be a fun one to get into here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and give the rundown at Deepr and just show a couple things that are cooking here. There we go. Awesome. So let's get over here and get into Deepr. So Deepr is a Deepr.fun is the website, right? That's how you go, where you go to launch the app. But they're protecting investors with how they do things. So they have progressive supply to where there's tranches or there's batches that tokens are released in, and then we'll get into that a little bit in a second. Then they have smart liquidity scaling as you move through these batches or tranches and with buys, right? They add more tokens to liquidity, so it makes liquidity a little bit thicker. And then they have fair distribution. The way it's all set up is hard for whales to get big amounts early, and it's also, you can only have so many buys per wallet. So it's pretty cool what they got going. So let's hit some of the comparisons. So supply release is what you get kind of in the trenches, right? You don't get everything all at one time. It gives you fair distribution, right? The one problem with meme coins and why a lot of runs get stopped are the early whales. They have too much supply and they just keep selling into every pump. Now the next thing is liquidity scaling, right? A lot of memes can't attract whales as they grow because there's not enough liquidity for big buyers. So with the way this is structured, it keeps pumping more liquidity into the token so that you can bring in big buyers, and that leads to less price impact, right? It's lower, 1 to 1.4 better than not going this route. So it's pretty cool, in my opinion, how they do this. It's price impact you definitely feel when you sell your bag. I had a friend on a token the other day, and he's like, when I went to sell, it was like $200 less than what I really had. And I was like, yeah, man, that's price impact. You're running the price down on yourself as you sell. So this actually fixed that. Then it's just designed for fairness. So here's how it works. You have a set amount of tokens in each segment, each batch, each tranche, right? And then once all those tokens are bought up at that given set price, then you move on to the next one, and you launch at tranche 1, right? That's number 2, the initial tranche, and that's where the first batch of tokens are that you have to make it through, and that's kind of like the bonding curve for them, right? You get through tranche 1, you're bonded, then you go to tranche 2. Now there's automatic scaling, right? So as new milestones are hit, as you make it through these tranches, these batches, these segments, you unlock new prices for the coin, right? And then you also unlock new liquidity, and it's automatically added to your liquidity pool. And then also, like I had on before, it's fair distribution, right? There's per wallet purchase limits, so it ensures everybody gets a fair chance. One guy with a lot of money in one wallet just can't click the button and get everything. So it's pretty cool. Let me pull up the app for you guys and show you, right? So they got their market, they got their swap, they got their launch. If you want to go over here and launch a coin. But if we can look on here, they've had one coin actually go through and make it through tranche 1, and this is Umi right here, and it's been on a run, man. Let's check out Umi. So I really wanted to highlight Umi on this, and it kind of shows the proof of concept for what they got cooking here. So first thing up here, let's look at the market cap right now is 1.7 million. Fully diluted 2.6 million, but 1.7 million market cap. Now liquidity is pretty thick. You would see a lot of meme coins would only have about a 5 to 10% ratio on liquidity. Now this has over a little over a 10% ratio. We're looking at probably about a 13% ratio. And that liquidity is only going to get thicker as it moves through more tranches, and more liquidity is automatically added to the tokens. So that's really cool in my opinion, what they got going on here. And look at this chart, man. Just launched what, 9 days ago? Yeah, so launched 9 days ago. If you tune in with me and the homies, we were talking about it on Spaces somewhere around here, and it ran all the way up to here. So now we have a retracement, and kind of what I'm seeing on this chart is I think we're kind of testing right here to be a new low. So it looks like a chance to maybe get on some UMI here, and I want to highlight them a bit. Let's go check out their X here too. UMI on base. And this is on base, guys. So, base is going to be cooking. There's already stuff cooking on base. But with the news with Coinbase, potentially doing their own blockchain, this is the time I'm looking to get involved in some of this stuff. So here's UMI, the cutest cat on base. They got their community here, 72 members in it. That's good for a coin this old, right? You got their contract address right there if you guys want to grab it. Yeah, it looks like they're creating some just some good cute cat content. That's big on Twitter if we're being real here. So I like what I'm seeing here with UMI. I like the proof of concept. This just shows they always say there's proof in the pudding, right? But this just shows how that liquidity injection and moving through the trenches makes a big difference in the scale of growth. Like, this is a clean looking 4-hour chart. You can't find many meme coins that have this type of accumulation and movement up. Usually it's much more swingy, especially in those early hours. But it's my opinion, you're seeing something look this clean because I think they're in tranche number 4 right now. So they've gone through 3 tranches. And so you can kind of tell on here where the liquidity gets injected, and it brings in buys when they inject the liquidity. Now, obviously, there's always profit taking, but I like this proof of concept, and I think UMI here is probably a decent buy even at this range, right? Like for a pullback from what it went to 6 million. Yeah, it went to 6 million. We're at 2 million right now, so. I mean, all-time highs of 3x from here, and it seems to be forming some type of bottom. And like I said, the chart is so clean, and really breaking this uptrend. I'd probably draw the uptrend from here and then hit these down, because you don't have to cut every wick. But yeah, so I honestly we could see over these next 2 to 3 4-hour candles that it breaks this downtrend and starts climbing up to make another attempt at all-time high again and to fill this wick, right? You'd like to see it go fill this wick and then probably make an attempt at 10-12 million. So guys, that's UMI on Deepr Fund. Deepr Fund is pretty cool. You got the whole market right here. There's a few coins on here that are still in the early stages of growing. You can grab Deepr on here too. They got a 91K market. I'm sorry, they've got a 200K market cap with 91K in liquidity. That's amazing. That's super thick with 2 C's liquidity. And just in case you guys want to see how to launch, before we wrap this one up, you come over here to the launch button, just click deploy a new contract, put your token logo, pick a token name, enter a project description. You put your initial purchase in. You're allowed to purchase up to 5% of the initial tranche. So like I said, it's pretty fair with how they do it here, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. Check out Deepr Fund, Deepr.fund. Shoot them a follow on X if you're on X. If you're listening in from YouTube, LinkedIn, Pump Fund, anywhere else, go find them. Get over on base and start playing a little bit. But guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Have a great day. Peace out, everybody.